You know, just going back, the history of my career, hired in 1991, there was a constant pendulum swinging back and forth, depending on who was in the White House. You know, when it was, President Clinton, it was the pendulum was on the union side, and we got, some good contracts and some pay. And then when it was President Bush, it kind of swung back, and when it swung back, it hurt. I mean, it hit labor. So the goal was, when President Obama came in and we got a fair collective bargaining agreement, was, talking with Trish and the board, is how do we gate this down so this pendulum doesn't swing anymore? It's gated down, regardless of who's in the White House. We're going to build a system of trust for labor and management, and we're going to work on innovation and modernization together so that the flying public wins also. Because we had the philosophy that if the flying public is happy, the agency's happy because they're not getting called to the hill all the time. We're happy because, we don't have to deal with all this nonsense, whether it's short-staffed or no pay, no contract. So it was really about gating down the pendulum so that we can build this collaborative relationship. And I remember my first meeting with Randy Babbitt. I said, I'll tell you what, don't believe a word I say. Make me prove it. But in the same sense, don't believe anybody in this building, in the FAA, we're in the FAA, make them prove it. And he laughed at me. I go, telling you, they'll create a narrative that makes sense. They're great at it. And I could create a narrative that makes sense. But let's prove it, our positions. And then that's how we're going to get through all the nonsense, and that's how we're going to get to the truth.
At the end of the day, it was never, and it isn't, about co-management. It's about working together. And being collaborative is really about understanding your work partners' motivations. What are their interests? And, it really got down to those very basic things.